And now time to visit with one of our friends from Palmer Home for Children. Madison Drake joins us this morning. She is Director of Development at Palmer Home. Good morning, Madison.
How are you today, Richard?
So good to see you. Always appreciate your time. And what's going on? This is we're nearing the end of the year, month and a half left or so until the end of the year, and a lot happening. What's happening at Palmer Home?
Oh, there's so much going on at Palmer Home. The holidays are a really, really special time of year at Palmer Home. Our kids get to enjoy so many fun things. It kind of kicks off around Halloween. A lot of people come in, a lot of community members get involved, come out, help us with trick or treating, things like that. We have wonderful Thanksgiving dinners around campus, and then we get into Christmas, and Christmas is the happiest time of year around Palmer Home. It is a celebration, and it's such a great time to be on campus and see the children just enjoy the magic of the holidays.
You know, it's interesting because we're there at the end of the summer every year, and kids have been kind of going through their summer activities, and they're getting geared up for the start of a new school year. The nature of Palmer Home is such that it is a new home for most of the children that are on campus, and they are coming from situations where maybe around the holidays it wasn't as happy a time or it wasn't as fun of a time. That strikes me as one of the really important things, not so much about just loading up with presents, but making kids feel loved and feel special during that particular time of the year.
Absolutely. We have children who have come in right before, just in the weeks leading up to Christmas at that time of year, and they have no concept of what me or you might perceive as the normal Christmas traditions. So for them to be able to experience that, some for the very first time, is really amazing.
I'm guessing the Thanksgiving spread isn't bad either.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. It's there's one thing we really like to do at Palmer Home. We enjoy a lot of wonderful meals at Palmer Home. Anyone who has been around it in any way can tell you that. Anyone who works there, anyone who has lived on our campus, they know we love a good meal, and we want to show our children the best. We're so thankful for them. We're thankful that we're able to serve them and care for them, and it really is a time of Thanksgiving for all of us.
Talk to me, Madison, a little bit about the Mississippi Promise Act.
Absolutely, yes. So one thing that we kind of, on my side of things, the development side of things, which is just a way of saying fundraising, raising awareness,
Sure.
things like that. We actually this time of year are kind of working on those year-end donations. So as I'm sure you all know, we're completely dependent on donations to sustain our mission of serving children through the love of God. And one of the things that we work really hard on, and one way that it makes it easier for businesses in Mississippi to make a substantial gift to Palmer Home, is through utilizing these Mississippi Children's Promise Act tax benefits. So the Mississippi legislature passed the Children's Promise Act, and this was to help incentivize giving to certain nonprofits that serve children. That includes Palmer Home. So the way it works is you can receive a dollar for dollar tax credit for up to 50% of your donation for Mississippi state tax liability for donations made to Palmer Home on or after January 2nd, 2025. So this is actually, you would go to the Department of Revenue website, say you were a business looking to make this donation and get that tax credit at the beginning of the year. So you would go to the Department of Revenue page. We can help you with that as a development team. That's something that we do for quite a few businesses. And under the ECO, which we have a lot of acronyms here, the ECO, which is the Eligible Charitable Organization, and ETHO, which is Eligible Transitional Home Organization tax credits, you can do any of the following. You can claim a maximum of 50% of your Mississippi income tax liability, claim 50% of ad valorem tax liability on real property, and any contributions that exceed these limits can be carried forward for up to 5 years. For businesses, this credit is allowed against income tax, insurance premium tax, and insurance premium retaliatory tax. And for individuals, gifts to Palmer Home are eligible for up to $2,400 in tax credits, that's for joint filers, and $1,200 for single filers with a carry forward period of 5 years. So lots of opportunities for Mississippi businesses as well as individuals to make that contribution and get that tax credit.
So that's a lot of bullet points, right? I mean, those are
It is. It's a lot of
acronyms.
information.
And I guess there's well, and where I was going to go with that, one of the things to me that stands out in what you said, you use the word tax credit, not tax deduction, and there's a big difference in that. You're talking about a credit toward the amount that you owe to the state of Mississippi in terms of just if you owe $5,000 and we're talking about a 50% tax credit, that means you would only owe $2,500, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So I was thinking about the difference in what we're talking about right now. This is planned giving primarily for businesses, maybe individuals as well, but primarily for businesses, and how that contrasts with what we do with Radiothon each year. So much of Radiothon is about pulling on heartstrings and making people aware and emotional one-time giving or setting up recurring gifts. This is more about business planning and dealing with tax structures, and I'm assuming it's something that you and your team in the development department are more than willing to sit down with businesses, whether it's CFOs or CEOs or whoever's running the books, and say, hey, let's talk through this, and we'll show you what it looks like.
Absolutely. That's a lot of what we do this time of year as we kind of get closer to year end. We, of course, have individuals who are making the gifts that you described, like on Radiothon. They give towards the end of the year. Those gifts are, no gift is too large or too small. We are so thankful for every gift that comes in. This is a way, like you said, we can be a lot more strategic. We try to, in the months leading up to the end of the year, to that January 2nd date, we try to get in there, talk to business owners, talk to C-suite members, talk to accountants, talk to wealth managers, and see how this can best be utilized by businesses. It's a way for, it's something that's just a win-win for both the business and for Palmer Home. So many people don't know about it. They don't know that the opportunity is there. And the application date is actually, we put it in, or the company, say their accountant might put the application in on January 2nd. The window opens at 8:00. There's $1 million allocated for the ECO and the ETHO tax credits that we fall under. And it's a this is all happens on a first come, first served basis. You have to get in there the morning of January and get that application in, because it's very competitive. A lot of businesses want to be able to do this and make these donations. So that's why we have to be very strategic and make sure that on that January 2nd date at 8 a.m. we're able to push go, get those applications in. And like you mentioned, our team is more than happy to do this for your business, set up all the paperwork for you. We've done it for many, many businesses and are happy to talk to business owners about that, and also work with their CPAs and their financial advisors.
I want to give you the website. It's palmerhome.org. If you're looking to if one of these things just kind of sparked your interest a little bit, go to the website and you can find contact information for Madison, for her team in the development office as well. And you can set up a time. I mean, this is something that you're going to involve your accountant with, right? You're gonna have your accountant part of this meeting, and you're going to say, hey, what is our liability looking like? How would this work? Because this is not one of those, oh yeah, that sounds great, let's do it, and then you don't really know how to follow through with it.
Right. There's a lot of planning on this side of things for you as possible. We if you actually visit our website.org/donate.
All right, I think we lost the connection there with Madison. Some technical issues. Wrapping up our conversation with Madison Drake from the Palmer Home. You've gotten to know over the last decade plus Palmer Home for Children. It is an incredible organization where they are 100% funded through private donations from individuals, private donations from businesses as well. And if you're hearing about this Mississippi Children's Act for the first time and you're not sure about how that works, talk to your accountant about it, or reach out to Madison and her team at Palmer Home for Children. They would be more than happy to talk more with you about how this might be beneficial for your business, in addition to being beneficial for Palmer Home for Children. An incredible organization that we feel so very strongly about can't say enough good things about as well. Thanks to Madison Drake, who is with the development team at Palmer Home. More of the Gallows Show coming up with you right after this.